Man, I'll tell you what. This has taken way more tries than I have originally thought. Now, to talk about LSD, we have to go from the very start. 1938. Dr. Albert Hofmann, the creator of LSD. He created it in his lab by accident in Switzerland. And he didn't even know its effects till 5 years later when he accidentally absorbed some on his fingertips. 250 micrograms. Now, in today's usage, that's a lot. But for him, this was a completely new thing. What is this? He started feeling dizziness. Started seeing things. Started hallucinating. What is going on? He decided to ride his bike home. He couldn't deal with it. He didn't know what was going on at all. Funny story, actually. They renamed that day, Bicycle Day, which is April 19th, as the first day for anyone to ever drop acid. And fun fact, it was at 4:20 p.m. That's super coincidental. Anyways, after that opened the door for so much research across the United States and the world. Thousands of case studies. Hundreds of researchers. What is this drug? This hallucinogen is making people go crazy. But not go crazy, it's also helping them. What is going on? They did case studies about addiction treatment, trauma treatment, and alcoholism, which, you can associate with addiction. But anyways, people were taking this LSD, this almost what seeming magical thing. I can't even describe it. And their addiction was going away. It did what years of psychotherapy did in one sitting. In 6 to 12 hours, people were able to deal with it. Not only was it they're able to deal with it, the method of dealing with it wasn't that they forgot about it. It was that they were able to face it, and LSD was the little shove to get them to see their past trauma or their addiction and be able to view it and realize, to come to a senses that, okay, I have to stop. Research was soaring for 15 years. Oh, then the mid-60s happened. What happened in the mid-60s? Counterculture. Little tabs. LSD can be little tabs too. Like I said, Dr. Hoffman absorbed it through his fingertips. Counterculture. Well, what's so bad about counterculture? They're dropping acid. They were abusing it. They were using it so much. The government was looking at them. They're like, okay, whoa, what's going on? Woodstock happened. Not only were they using it, artists were using it. Acid rock. What's acid rock? The Beatles. The Beach Boys. Big names. Today's world. A$AP Rocky. Chance the Rapper. Miley Cyrus. The Doors. The Flaming Lips. Jimi Hendrix. Casey Musgrove. Should I go on? Those are just to name a handful. I'm sure there's many more out there that do it as well. Not only did LSD become a part of counterculture, but it also became a part of musicians. Now, these musicians used it to help create, creativity, lyricism. It made ideas easier to come to them. They felt it in a new way. They could feel the music. Now, with all this going on, we'll jump back to the 1960s. Schedule I drug. Research, gone. Funding, gone. LSD, it was still used. It was a street drug now. But all the research, the funding, scrapped. It wasn't until the 21st century, 5 years ago, where researchers decided, you know what, hey, let's pick this back up. They were onto something. Of course, we'll treat it. It's still a drug, but we gotta see where this is going. And of course they gotta see where it's going, because there's a miraculous tale of CB. Who's CB? A 49-year-old woman diagnosed with Lyme disease in her mid-20s. Now, she had chronic pain for years and years. I don't know what this lady was like, but I'm pretty sure she's crazy, because she accidentally took 550 times the dosage of LSD. She thought it was cocaine. It was pure LSD. She was trying to store cocaine in the first place, all right? She was already going insane. What did that happen? What happened out of that? Well, she tripped. She didn't die. She tripped. A trip lasted 36 hours, 24 of which was blackout, and she was puking. She doesn't remember of it. 12 of it was euphoric, sensational high. How beautiful. But after that, you know what else happened? Her chronic pain, gone. Where did it happen to it? Next day it came back, of course. After like 5 days it came back, but she had a lower dosage. She needed a lower amount of morphine, a little bit of LSD they decided to give her. But after 2 years, completely gone. Along with her increasing anxiety, depression, and social withdrawal. So of course there are side effects of it. But she is just one of many stories. And that's why research is now looking back at it. Of course they're going to be more careful with it, but they believe with the advancement of technology, there's going to be more that we can get out of it in the experience. Well, what is this? Well, I don't know. This is what I'm trying to visualize an acid trip would look like. And really whatever you see is up to the creator. Now, 3 important questions. What was Dr. Hoffman trying to do in the lab when he first created it? He was trying to disassociate the fungi with nitric acid. But he ended up synthesizing the compound nitric acid dimethane, which is LSD. Why is LSD a Schedule 1 drug? It's not even addictive. Well, the government back then, they saw what it did with counterculture, and counterculture honestly had a huge play on how it was perceived and gave it a bad rap. So they ranked it up there right with heroin, cocaine, top-notch stuff. Meth. How she live? They say it's hard to overdose on LSD. You'd have to take 14,000 micrograms of LSD to have a lethal dose. She did take a little bit over it, but she ended up living.